Hi, and welcome to the Okanagan Garden Report. Ken Salvell here, and today we're just having a look around in a garden, and we're going to talk about three key points today. And it is still early March, so it's a good time to get out in the garden and get some things done. So I'm just sitting here right beside a beautiful tree peony, and you can see these lovely big buds on this thing. These are just getting ready to pop. Well, getting ready to grow. They typically bloom in the month of May. But if you know tree peonies, they're woody. They're a woody plant, and they have these massive flowers that are just beautiful. This one's been here for a few years, and an interesting thing is that they're typically grafted onto a root system that's just a typical herbaceous peony. And we can actually see that right here. I've saved this part of the plant. This is actually coming off the root system. I'm just going to see if I can pull it out. There we go. And this is actually a herbaceous peony. So the tree peony is grafted on a regular herbaceous peony. So we need to remove these because they don't really have any value as far as peonies go. But it's just an interesting fact with tree peonies are grafted onto herbaceous root systems. But beautiful plant, and just remember to conserve these buds because that's your blooms. If you do anything to disturb those, you're not going to get any flowers. So very important with tree peonies. But because it is spring, we're getting all kinds of things shooting up. Regular peonies are just beautiful. Their little buds are pushing up right underground. We don't want to be stepping on those plants. So that's the second thing I want to talk about today is different types of plants that are shooting up. So we're going to show you some of those. So when you're out in the garden and you're walking around, this time of year it's very dangerous because there's these beautiful plants ready to shoot up. Spring bulbs and all kinds of perennials. Hostas, if you know hosta plants, they're just buds pushing up. You step on them and all the leaves are distorted and destroyed. So through the first half of the year, the plants look really ratty looking. So we really want to be careful not to be stepping in the gardens too much. That's why we promote strong fall cleanups. It's so that we don't have to be walking through the garden so much in the spring, you know, when the plants are starting to shoot up. So that's another thing I want to talk about. But down here, I just want to show you this water feature here. And I'm just going to step down in here. And this is a water stream that's a man-made stream that recirculates. But the key is that we're always trying to keep the debris out. And so what we do in the wintertime is we cover this with a netting material. And the netting collects all the leaves and things. And then some point in late winter, we pull the netting out and remove the leaves. But even with that, we still get a little bit of leaf debris in here. So it still just needs a light cleanup, but it's nowhere near the amount of cleanup it would need if we didn't have that netting on it. So we just use a regular bird netting. It works quite well, and it helps to keep the debris out of the pond. So that's an important fact. When you have water features, you don't want a bunch of compost in there because it just makes the water rich in nutrients, which of course promotes the algae. So we don't want algae. So again, just to repeat myself, over in this area we see some perennials starting to shoot up. We don't want to be stepping on these things when they're starting to come up. We just notice in here, if we can get in here, there's little tulips that are just shooting up here. And you know, how beautiful those are. You know, it's just a fabulous little plant. This is, I happen to know this is Tulip Angelique, which is a big double pink one. It's a beautiful plant. But they're just starting to come on. We don't want to be stepping on that. So just a great garden tip for this time of year is just, you know, if you go into a garden, walk softly. It's one of those things you really have to do. And really look before you step. It's critically important. For us gardeners, I mean, we put a lot of effort into the gardens. We don't want people walking through them and destroying them. So again, focus on a strong fall cleanup. Then you just have a light spring cleanup and you're good to go. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Okanagan Garden Report.